I think Bambo is set. Bambo is set right there in Washington, D.C., and we can go ahead. Hello, Bambo. Hello, Bambo.
Hello, Ken. How are you? Thank you for having me as always.
And you are looking fresh for a 6 a.m. right there in Washington.
Thank you. Thank you. We just have to make it happen. We just have to make it happen.
Okay, I do know that if it's athletics, Bambo will wake up week in 2 a.m. and then he'll be out there. It the veins in his blood. If they go there to go and test it, you see athletics. Okay, Bambo, what is happening? 14 days to the National Sport Festival. 172 days to the Olympics. How our athletes, how are they doing right there in the circuit?
Yeah, well, it's very promising, I think, for Nigeria ahead of the Olympics. The indoor circuit in America opened up last week, and we saw the likes of Blessing Okagbare winning the 60-meter indoors, her first 60-meter indoor race in about 10 years, and Divine Odudu also coming second. So that really, it's a good omen for the outdoor season later in the year in America. And we have great athletes competing well in America, in Europe. Toby Amushon was second in the 60-meter hurdles on Friday. And then coming back home, like you mentioned, Akure was yesterday, and how explosive was that? Enoch Adegoke running a 100-meter world lead, 10.16. Obviously, that's the fastest in the world this year. It's still very early days. Not many other people are running the 100 meters yet. But it's a very good sign for the Olympics. I mean, Enoch is only our fourth fastest sprinter for Nigeria right now. And that suggests that we should be able to get individual medals and relay medals at the Olympics.
So that is it. I said Enoch ran the world leading time. So I mean that is a confidence booster in any way you want to talk about it. That there were also some. That is a 10 16 seconds. That is what Enoch did. Bambo, Enoch is a quarter miler, isn't he?
Oh no, that's not Enoch. It would be Emmanuel Ojeli is the quarter miler
okay. Okay.
That is running the 100. He ran the 100 and 200 in Akure, winning the 200 meters in a time of 20.78, which is his personal best. And that's really the second fastest anyone has run in Nigeria in the last 2 or 3 years. His teammate, Jerry Jackpa, also of Making of Champions, the fastest at home in the 200 at the moment. So it's very exciting because when you look at Emmanuel Ojeli's times, something big could be coming in the 400 meters because he's not a natural sprinter, but he's mixing it up in the sprints. He ran 10.40 in Akure, 20.78. So we should look for something big at the festival. Emmanuel Ojeli in the and hopefully he can meet the Olympic standard at the festival.
Okay, so you are saying here is a quarter miler who is challenging for 200 meters, won 200 meters, are one of the fastest times that you can get. And also, somebody else also won the 400 meters. So what is happening here? Are we having embarrassment of riches in the early stages?
Yes, so Adeyemi Sikiru, he's been a very good quarter miler for Nigeria for some years now. He was part of the team that won the bronze in the 4x4 in Rabat, the African Games in 2019, along with Emmanuel Ojeli. And he's come leaps and bounds last year. He ran 46.19 in Asab and he just ran 46.17 or 46.17 in Asaba, 46.19 now. And it's really, really good for him because if he can break 40 into 45 seconds, and he can run that time 2 or 3 times this year, then he can qualify for the Olympics. It's going to be a big fight between him and Emmanuel Ojeli, it would seem, for the gold at the National Sports Festival. So let's see if they can both qualify for the Olympics. And then, of course, in America, we have Chidi Okezie, who is the bronze medalist, I think, from Rabat, the African Games. And he's also in the mix to qualify for the 400 meters at the Olympics. So hopefully this could be the beginning of the men's 4x4 making a big comeback for Nigeria. They haven't made an international world championship to Olympics for some time now. But, hopefully we can get back to the times of Enefiok Udo Obong and the rest of the guys that were winning medals for Nigeria in Sydney and Athens.
Yeah, for that we can hit our chest and say we have a gold medal. There is not that we have an Olympic gold medal in 4x4. So that one is there in our kitty. So next we have to just go and establish ourselves. But let's move further. Toby Amusa, she also did her first race. This thing there, then she also did well. But married that to Texas Tech. There's not about this Texas Tech university. I don't understand it. As a Brume's younger sister, I think that is a Caro had just gone. How this school? How has it? How important has this school been to the development of Nigerian athletes?
Well, I think there's two separate schools. I think there's El Paso, UTEP in El Paso, and then there's Texas Tech as well.
Okay.
UTEP was the school that, both in Texas, but UTEP was the school that Blessing Okagbare went to, and that's where Caro Brume, that's where Ese Brume's younger sister has gone to. Well, Texas Tech is the school that Divine UTEP, yeah, and then
UTEP,
Texas Tech is the school that Divine Oduduru went to.
Okay.
And then that's the school that this girl is at now. The long jumper and triple jumper Ruth Osoro, who just broke the triple jump national record a week ago or so. So yes, I mean those schools have been very great programs for our athletes to really give them a stepping stone to go out there and break records, become national record holders later on. But great programs out there, definitely.
And Unilag is also doing same. Unilag and University of Port Harcourt in Nigeria. I know for MoC, I mean Unilag. Can you tell us what Unilag is also doing in this regard?
So we have about 8 of our athletes who are student athletes at University of Lagos. So Unilag has been a great partner for us. We've been fortunate that we've had a few sponsors like Shell who have sponsored some of these athletes, giving them scholarships so that they can combine their athletics and their academics. So it's really good for us. I mean, the likes of Jodo Gabriel, she's a third-year student at the University of Lagos, and she's getting her education while marrying it with athletics. The same thing with Jerry Jakpa. He's a second-year student at University of Lagos. And he also ran very well at Akure yesterday, running 20.95 in the 200 meters. As a matter of fact, he's already in a qualifying position for the Olympics in the 200. He's ranked 48 in the world, and the top 56 go to the Olympics. So he's definitely someone else to also watch out for at the National Sports Festival coming up.
So that is Joy winning the 100 meters right there yesterday at the Akure meet. And she, like you said, she is at the University of Lagos studying right there in one of our higher institutions. Like we have said, we always saying it on this show that I want to see more of Nigerian universities give scholarships to our athletes, give them opportunities for them to marry education and their craft. Of course, these there's visuals you are all seeing, all courtesy of MoC. They've been making champions, and then they've been making this show also with us. The third edition of your, the MoC meet coming up soon. How are you guys going to do it? Taking into consideration the COVID situation. Of course, we are seeing it happening in Akure, and so it is going on. So, what should Nigerians expect? And then marry that with what is happening right there in the world. Who are the early pace setters in world athletics?
Well, thank you. The third MoC Grand Prix is coming up on the 2nd and 3rd of April at Yaba Tech in Lagos. And we wanted to put it on because obviously we missed last year. The first edition was in 2018, second edition 2019. We missed last year because of the COVID pandemic. But with the Olympics coming up, we felt that there was a very serious need for our athletes to have more competitions at home. I think we've seen from Akure that there are athletes at home who will go to the Olympics. You know, the likes of Ino Kadegoke, Jerry Jakpa, Joy Odo Gabriel, Emmanuel Ojeli, Adeyemi Sikiru, even the likes of Insei Maobong have a very good chance of improving their time and making the Olympics. So the athletes are there, but the opportunities to compete are not yet there. And what's interesting about this Olympics is that world rankings are going to be used for the first time to qualify athletes. And you can't even be ranked if you don't have 5 performances in the last 12 months. So those are some of the reasons why we're putting on the third MoC Grand Prix. And we hope to bring in more sponsors to be part of that program and part of at least a series of 5 competitions this year we're calling the Athletics Challenge. We hope that corporate Nigeria will get behind this to support what we're doing to support in Nigeria. The event will be COVID compliant, so we will be observing the sports ministry's COVID-19 sports protocol, taking measures to do that. But we'll also be taking additional steps to make sure that everybody is safe at the event. The event has always been a free all comers event, but now so invites to the athletes who need to compete, those who are buying for the obviously partner with the AFN to get those times ratified and recognized by World Athletics.
Okay, briefly before we go, like we said, in the world of athletics, 172 days to Tokyo. Who has been the shining lights? They were the early starters.
Oh, in the world of athletics, well, if you look at this season, Fabrice Zango, he jumped an incredible world record in the indoor triple jump over 18 meters. That really puts him in the mix to be an Olympic champion contender against the likes of Christian Taylor and Will Clay, who have dominated the event for USA over the years. There's also been another indoor world record in the short put, Ryan Krauser in the US last week. Interestingly, a Nigerian came second in that event, Chukwuebuka Enekwechi, who's also qualified for the Olympics already. So he was a finalist at the World Championships. He'll be looking to make the final and maybe get near the podium for the Olympics. And then I think someone to watch making a comeback is Trevon Bramell. And he, in the 60 meters, he ran an incredible time, I think about 6.48 in the 60 meters last week. He was first while Divine Odudro was second in that race. I mean, if Trevon Bramell keeps up that kind of start, he's going to be very difficult to beat in the Olympics 100 meters. And it's really, really interesting that America, they lose their world champion, due to, I think, missed tests. And they have another potential Olympic champion to come in and replace him in Trevon Bramell. So it's going to be a great story for him to come back from injury after being such a promising athlete a few years ago. So I think those are some of the early pace setters this year, but there's still a lot of track to be run between now and the Olympics.
All right, thank you very much, Bambo. You can go back and take your nap. I know it's early hours, and we'll still be calling on you, as we march on to Edo 2020 and the Olympics. Thank you very much, Bambo.
Thank you as always.
All right. Okay, that's Bambo keeping us up to speed with what is happening in the world of athletics. We're going on a very, very short break, and when we come back, Channel Sport on Sunday continues.